Hi, my name is Emily Shuping, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about emotional intelligence. So, our assignment overview. We were asked to look at the target population of 16 to 24-year-olds that are aging out of juvenile detention, foster care, and incarceration, gain some insight into this population, and find one key skill set that they're lacking that we think they need to obtain in order to find success in life and in entrepreneurship. So to begin with, I conducted a couple of interviews with Chauncey Murch and Travis Mitchell, both of whom work with at-risk adolescents who have gone through trauma, been in and out of foster care and juvenile detention centers, and have a wide range of emotional, psychological, and behavioral issues. So findings that I learned from them about what skill sets they're missing are that this population is largely missing coping skills, emotional intelligence, and emotional regulation skills, and they're lacking positive reinforcement in their lives. So what is emotional intelligence? It was formally described by Salvi and Meyer in 1990. It's the ability to monitor one's own and others' feelings and emotions and discriminate among them to use this information as a guide to one's thinking. It was popularized by Goleman in 1998, who described the construct as an array of positive attributes including political awareness, self-confidence, conscientiousness, and achievement motives. So what does EI entail? Emotional intelligence serves as a construct for real-world problem solving. Upon the realization that IQ was largely insufficient for everyday problem solving, researchers introduced constructs such as EI, which refer more to common sense approaches to intelligence, such as solving conflicts at work, collaborating with others, adjustment to new cultural environments and work settings. In construct to abstract academic intelligence, practical intelligence is directed at one's short and long-term goals and is employed to solve problems important to one's emotions, well-being, needs, and plans for survival. There are 4 branches of emotional intelligence as described by Meyer and Salvi in their 1997 model. These include the ability to accurately perceive emotions in oneself and others, the ability to use emotions to facilitate thought, the ability to understand emotions, emotional language, and the signals conveyed by emotions, and the ability to manage emotions to obtain specific goals. So what are some problems associated with low levels of emotional intelligence? It's suggested that when individuals are unable to control emotions, there's the potential for them to overwhelm their rational thought process, and that results in primitive fight or flight responses. These considerations link to the results of additional studies which connect low EI to stress vulnerability, maladaptive coping skills, and problem behaviors. Further, when adolescents have poor decision-making abilities, they're more susceptible to engaging in behaviors that lead to poor life outcomes. Students with delinquent behaviors often struggle with difficult personal and emotional problems, and psychological factors such as EI could be an important factor to provide protection against delinquent behavior and violent behavior patterns. So what's the connection between EI and delinquent behavior? McCown, Johnson, and Austin present evidence that young adults with social and criminal problems lack skills in monitoring and interpreting emotions in others. They attributed this inability to a lack of emotional intelligence. And research shows that we're not innately born with EI skills, but we learn these from life experiences and those from people closest to us. So if our models are dysfunctional and they don't handle daily problems of life appropriately, we are very likely to handle them inappropriately as well. So also the prolonged history of psychological invalidation leads to a pattern of misbehavior, and research reveals a positive relationship for scores of emotional intelligence and social success. So, emotional training. Since a large majority of individuals in this population have been subjected to invalidation throughout their lifetime due to their pattern of misbehavior, growing up in unstable environments, and not having their basic emotional needs met, one of the first things we need to do is help them feel validated, meaning they need to feel understood and respected. And this is helpful to explain the what, why, and how behind what you're teaching them and make these issues important to their lives. So relate what you're learning to real-life situations. And a 2011 study by Brackett, Rivers, and Salvi confirmed that emotional intelligence can be measured objectively, that it predicts life outcomes, and that it appears that these skills that comprise the construct can be taught, learned, and developed. So why is entrepreneurship and EI training more likely to connect with and motivate at-risk and delinquent young adults? By embracing practical and innovative intelligence, teachers are more able to reach and develop youth that may fail to demonstrate the time-honored analytical variety of intelligence, and extensive data shows that there's a strong demand among young people for entrepreneurial skill development opportunities. Research shows that it's believed that these youth would respond very differently to whole brain learning strategies and experiential and project-based learning. Vulnerable youth have been shown to be attracted to programs that have a link to real life and offer interaction with authentic, caring adults. So how does EI training fit into an overall curriculum about entrepreneurship? EI skills are extremely important for facilitating successful interactions across all spectrums of life, especially business and career aspects. However, these skills needed in order to be successful in entrepreneurship require higher levels of personal growth in order to obtain the capacities needed to grow a business. So here are some key skills that I believe this population is missing that are absolutely fundamental to achieving success in entrepreneurship and in life. So how does emotional intelligence relate to each of these skills? So EI is postulated to promote positive social functioning by helping individuals detect each other's emotional states, adopt perspectives, and enhance communication and regulate behavior. People with higher EI tend to be more socially competent and have better quality relationships. Self-motivation. Motivation is also shown to be statistically significant with delinquent behavior. Motivations are emotional tendency that guides and facilitates us towards goal achievement. So that if you don't have the determination to achieve a goal in your work, motivating that through EI is a great way to go. Resiliency and adaptability. Fostering EI skills can lead to greater resiliency. Goldman cited multiple examples of resilient people whose success was not dependent on their good jobs or circumstances, but their ability to handle and control emotions and get along with other people. Self-efficacy. If a student has a strong belief in his capabilities or a high level of self-efficacy, this person is confident in his skills in this area. So teaching emotional intelligence skills will lead to confidence in that area, and that positive expectation will lead to success. Self-awareness was found to have a significant relationship with delinquent behavior and is one of the emotional intelligence constructs that is most likely to predict delinquent behavior. This lack of emotional awareness means delinquent students are unable to connect with their feelings and thoughts. And so once they become aware of their emotional states, strengths, and weaknesses, they can become aware of their goals and values in life. Communication. Our emotions help us communicate with those around us, which is done by conveying and reading facial expressions and interpreting the needs of ourselves and others. Decision making. Our emotions are valuable sources of information that help us make informed decisions. The communication between our rational and emotional brains is the physical source of emotional intelligence. So when our brains receive information, we first generate an emotional response before our rational mind becomes engaged. So when an emotional connection is severed, it really impairs one's ability to make the most simple decisions. Boundary setting. Once we learn to trust our emotions, we can then become confident in expressing when we feel uncomfortable with the situation or the way we're feeling. This helps us protect ourselves mentally and physically. Without basic EI skills in these areas, it is nearly impossible for one to succeed in any type of entrepreneurial venture. Emotional intelligence training will enable this population to get at the root of some emotional issues that may be hindering emotional and academic growth, change ineffective behavior patterns, and see and feel their personal progress towards more socially appropriate ways of handling their emotions, and see and feel social emotional success in their interactions. Most importantly, emotional intelligence is shown to improve life outcomes. Brain and behavior research should suggest that traditional intelligence quotients, or IQ, contribute only about 20% to someone's life success, while emotional intelligence contributes to the other 80%. The effects of emotional illiteracy are astounding, and the less a person understands their own feelings, the more they'll fall prey to them and act inappropriately, and therefore fail to secure their proper place in the world. So teaching EI ties really well into entrepreneurship and is really important for overall life functioning. For more information about EI, please visit the Lionheart Foundation, the Power Source Facilitators Manual, or the EI Institute. Thank you very much. Here's some references for some of the extra information that I found.